Hi guys, Peter here from escapetheofficeclub.com. Thanks for stopping by. I just wanted to shoot this short video and let you know a little bit about me, my background, and how come it is that you're even seeing me. So there you go. My story really starts in the Philippines. I was born in the Philippines. My mother is from the Philippines, and my father is English. So for the early part of my life, until I was about 5 years old, I I lived in the Philippines. I lived in Manila with my family, and my dad. So my dad moved to the Philippines when he was younger through work because he's an engineer, and met my mum there, and then they got married and had me and my brother. Now we were quite comfortable for a while there, and if anyone knows what it's like to live in the Philippines, I mean, it's a lot better now, but in the 80s, when I was small there, life was a lot harder. It was difficult, and there was, everybody had to work. And all growing up through my life, I've always had this really strong work ethic, and I think it's because, well, I'm sure it's because of my experience growing up in the Philippines and seeing people living, homeless people living in the streets, or else living in shanty villages and towns. And for someone in the West who's never seen that, it can be a bit of a sobering experience. So I'll never forget, probably the biggest thing that sticks out in my mind was I was still really small, maybe say 5 years old. I can't remember exactly, and I was in a car with my mum, and I think we were coming back from somewhere, and we stopped at traffic lights, and I was just looking out the window, and I saw a child, a street child, as call them, street kids, and he was about the same age as me. I think I even wanted to go out and play with him, and it was in the evening time, and it looked like he was homeless, and he was on the ground and covering himself up with cardboard boxes. And I mean, I'm getting shivers thinking about it. And I just couldn't understand what the difference between me and this little boy was. That I was sat in this car with my mum. I was warm, comfortable, had nice clothes, and it looked like he had nothing. He was just sitting there, covering himself and probably trying to stay warm, I guess. And it really upset me, and it really affected me, and I really wanted to do something about it. It's something that I can still vividly remember, even as a really small child, to this day. So I guess that's how much it's affected me. And I just couldn't understand what the difference was between me and him. And I've thought about it over the years, off and on, and the only thing I can think of is the lottery of birth. You say, guys, if you're born in the West, you might not appreciate this, but I think you've already won a lottery being in, say, born in the UK, or being born in America, or being born in Europe, because life outside of Europe is really difficult, and in the Philippines, if you don't work, you starve, basically, put it that way. So yeah, that when we moved to the UK, I never forgot this, and in my mind, I was thinking, I mean, at the time, and I still think that now, is you don't get anything given to you in life apart from the lottery of your birth. Everything else you've got to work for, and you've got to really have clear goals about what you want to do and drive to achieve your goals. I can honestly say this has been one of the biggest factors in my life, where I didn't want to be that little boy. I didn't want to be that homeless little boy living on the street in a cardboard box with no food and clothes. So I think that's what drove me to keep going. So when I got to the UK, I entered the normal UK schooling system. I went to a normal school. In fact, I probably went to one of the roughest schools in Halifax growing up. I was one of maybe one of, what I say, 50 kids out of a year of I think about 500 that actually got decent grades, because I was so focused all the way growing up, saying that I will do really well in my education and I will get good grades and I will get a good job after. So after school, I went on and did my A-levels. I got good A-levels. I went to university. I got my degree, and then after my degree, because I have an interest in business, I went on to study management accounting. And after 4 years of further studying, I became a qualified management accountant. But I think what I'm getting at, the crux of it is, you got to have that thing that pushes you, be it, I don't know, the end goal in mind, or on the flip side, something that you don't want to be. And it's funny how an event that took place, about 25 years ago, which was only maybe a few minutes, has had such an effect on my life. And so that's it. I just hope you can get something from that, and speak to you guys later. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.